Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel, Probation Officer's Perspective. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell to all, so you'll be notified of all the new content that I'm pushing. And with that, I want to thank everybody for their support. So it's been a minute. For the CDCR, it's been a minute. For any inmate killings, stabbings, assaults on a staff member, staff assaults. It's been a minute. The last thing that happened was Cesar Hernandez, who escaped, level 4 killer, still on the run. I think it's day 12, 13, 14, day 14, 15 maybe. I'm not even sure. But whatever the case may be, there was a stabbing at New Folsom, or California State Prison SAC, which is formerly known as New Folsom. And so let's dive into that. We'll see what they got going on, and we'll go over that, what the CDCR has to say. I gotta make myself smaller here, and I gotta figure out where to put myself. There we go. Let's put myself right here. All right. So, California State Prison, Sacramento, otherwise known as New Folsom. Officials investigating the death of an inmate as a homicide. December 17th. Today, they released this today. Let's see what happened. It happened yesterday. Folsom, California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation officials are investigating the December 16th, 2024 death of an inmate at California State Prison SAC as a homicide. At 6:04 p.m., officers observed inmate Jason Brannigan allegedly attacking Lamar Scott using a weapon to stab Scott multiple times. Improvised weapon. Brannigan then allegedly swung the weapon toward another inmate, Santana West, striking him as well. And he was on a good one. Officers immediately quelled the incident. They initiated life-saving measures and activated 911. Emergency medical personnel arrived on the scene and continued administering life-saving measures. Paramedics pronounced Scott deceased at 6:36 p.m. West was treated for his injuries. No other injuries were reported. Brannigan has been placed in restricted housing as SAC's Investigative Services Unit continues its investigation. The Office of the Inspector General has been notified, and the Sacramento County Coroner will determine the cause of death. Well, we already know what the cause of death is. He got stabbed up, got poked too many times, or in the right spot. I don't know why they always do that, but they do. An improvised weapon was found at the scene. Scott, 35, was most recently received from Contra Costa County on July 12th, 2018. He was sentenced to 16 years for corporal injury on specific persons resulting in traumatic condition as a second striker, with enhancements inflicting great bodily injury involving domestic violence, personal use of dangerous or deadly weapon, and prior felony convictions of a serious offense. I was the deceased, and that was victim number 1 right there. Lamar Scott. All right, let's keep going. West, 71 years old. Holy shit, he was old cat. OG. Was most recently received from San Francisco County on March 15th of 2022. He was sentenced to life with the possibility of parole for rape with force, violent, fear of bodily injury as a third striker. Not good charges. Got weirdo charges there, bad charges. 71 years old. All right, let's go on to Brannigan, the aggressor. Brannigan, 47, was most recently received from Sacramento County on March 7, 2011. He was sentenced to 17 years, 8 months for corporal injury to a spouse within 7 years of a prior specified conviction, criminal threat to cause great bodily injury or death, and vandalism as a second striker with an enhancement for a prior felony conviction of serious offense. While incarcerated, Brannigan was sentenced by Kern County on February 28th of 2022 to 4 years for possession, manufacture of a deadly weapon as a second striker in prison offense. And then, of course, we go on to tell you about New Folsom. SAC opened in 1986, houses more than 2,200 medium, maximum, and high security incarcerated persons. They got me. Inmates. SAC offers academic classes and vocational programs and employs approximately 1,500 people. So, what does all this mean? Well, none of these guys really got any good charges on them. I mean, for real. Because basically, from what I'm reading here, it's all domestic violence related. And it's, they did some major damage, plus prior felonies. And that includes the aggressor in this. So if Brannigan, who's 47, was in there for, let's just say, murder or secondary murder or what, it doesn't matter what he was in there for. Just say he was in there on some other charges. And then West was, he's in there for some weirdo charges. He's been in there since 2022. He didn't lose his life, but he got poked at. He was sentenced to life for rape with force, violence, fear. So he's, that's bad charges, dude. Now I could see Brandon going after him. You know what I mean? But Scott basically had the same offenses. So who knows what's happening? I'm not going to make any speculation, but let's move on. So there's the deceased Lamar Scott. He's a youngster. It's crazy because he's a youngster. And then there's Santana West. He's friggin' 71 years old. But he's he's a weirdo. SO. He's in there for some weird charges. He got poked at, but he made it. And then there you got Jason Brannigan. I don't know. You know what I mean? We could sit here all day and try to figure out what this was all about. And it will come out. It always does. I mean, the CDCR doesn't update it, but the reason will come out because other people cover the story of what happened because they're all in the same car. That's all in the same race car. Yeah, race car. Hey, but it's hard to understand. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, let me get bigger here so we can go over this here. I don't know. He might have been on a good one, though. You know what I mean? He could have been on drunk on that key too, or they could have had a beef. whatever it is, but it's just one guy, and he's going at two, and he went after two. I mean, he had one. He had Lamar Scott. Seems like the main target, and for whatever reason, West got in the middle of that. You know what I mean? Or was close by, and maybe I don't know. Who knows? That's what it sounds like, because it's not like a, when it's a hit or it's a green light, it's not one guy going at, at two guys. Like, so his target, for whatever reason, was Lamar Scott. And this old cat who's got bad charges on him, which I don't know, what the story is there, how he's there. And I don't know. That just doesn't make sense. But, they're never going to tell it. But if there's any updates, like I always tell you guys, let me get bigger here. If there's ever any updates, I'm going to give them to you. As of right now, that's all the information they're releasing. That's all the information I have, so to go by. So we could sit here all day and try to figure out who knows who, what, when, where, and why. But we don't know. Other than Lamar Scott lost his life, and as always, my condolences go out to his family. And no matter what reason, and no matter what happened, he's got a family. He's a father. He could be a father. He's a brother, an uncle, a cousin, a son. You know what I mean? He's got family. He's got friends. So my condolences go out to you, to the family and friends of the victim here. Because this is it's pretty crazy. I mean, that dude he looked pretty crazy. Anyways, and what I don't know what the motivation was behind it. I wish I could tell you guys. Like I said, I could see the one individual, West, who had had bad charges. So I'm not sure if this is they got an SNY yard there. I'm sure they do. And this happened on the SNY yard, because with them bad charges like that, he's not walking the main line. Even though he's an old cat, it doesn't matter. I don't know. Anyways, guys, that's what I got for you today. That's the latest news. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this will make homicide number 60 for the year of 2024 in the California Department of Corrections, CDCR. So, as I always say, and what we always talk about, or what I always talk about, is your California model is not working. It's not working. At what point are they going to go back to the way things were and realize it's not working? Yeah, I might work for first timers that's never been there, and then they send them to a separate prison, only for that purpose, for that reason. But the California models, it's not working. It hasn't been working now. 60 homicides in a year, 2024. That's crazy. It isn't working, guys. Freaking, but you got to look at the leadership. Got to look at the leadership. Look at a governor. Look at the dumb shit that governor does. You like the governor? That's great for you. Everybody has their own opinion. Dude, he's a snake. He's a snake in the grass. I always say he's a snake oil salesman. He's slick. He's all about money. He's not about anything else. He's about money and how he looks. He's trying to make everything in the prison look great when it really isn't. And we all know that. Everybody knows that. Anybody that's been in prison, has a loved one in prison, they all know it's not great. And it's not what they put out on the news that this California model is so great, because it's not it. Anyways, guys, that's what I got for you today. I hope you have a blessed rest of the day. Thanks for stopping by. And again, if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell all, so you'll be notified of all the new content that's coming out. And I do have a lot of content coming out here. And with that, I'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.